Test, 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 test.
Are we live?
We live or we Memorex?
We're not Memorex. Woohoo.
Okay. All right. Come one, come all. We're all here. Boom! Hey, everybody.
We're back.
So, how's everybody going? We're live. Kicking. Screaming and kicking. Oh, gosh.
Kicking and screaming.
Wow, it's like one big beating the last 3 weeks. So,
Last 3 weeks, last 3 days.
Yeah, last 3 days have been a little crazy as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're getting a little, having a little interesting ordeal. We didn't have a Wednesday show.
Yes, because someone was not here.
I wasn't here. But anyway, we had a Wednesday show just
He
by
had
myself.
his Wednesday show, yeah.
Yes,
I was
yes.
incognito.
Incognito.
I was not where he was.
Yes. So anyway, welcome to one and all. This is Sammy. I'm Sammy.
And Kimmy.
And we are Sammitized. We have the Sammitized channel. And we're going to, we got some interesting, fun stuff to talk about today. One of the things is just we put a couple things on the bottom of the screen just to give you guys heads up. One of the things is that the Florida Disaster Fund.org.
Yes.
No, they don't give us any money. We're just posted out there because we have a lot of friends in Punta Gorda and all those low-lying states that got slam-bammed. Thank you, ma'am. And they give you money for the basically the things that the insurance company decides they don't want to do, or if you don't have insurance or whatever, they kind of help out. They're actually helping out a few people at the dealership, one of the dealerships that I take care of. They are, they're actually giving money back to some of the people that had to work, that couldn't work and had to go work on their homes. They actually give you a little kickback to kind of like get you started, get you rolling again. So you got food, water, all the good stuff.
That's good.
And then the rest of the money goes to like the
some of those people didn't have showers for like 4 or 5 days.
I know. I smelled some of them.
I feel bad for them.
I give them all the credit in the world. I just couldn't do it. Yep, just couldn't do it. And something else is very interesting. Thanks to my my glorious Mrs.
She said she had to turn it up to 35
turn
to
us
hear
up.
us. Yeah.
Well,
So maybe we're
crank
not.
it up, bitches.
Maybe we're not very loud.
Well, we can crank that up a little bit. Yo.
Hopefully that works.
Let's give Kimmy
Give us a little chit chat.
Give a little Kimmy extra. Talk to Kimmy.
Hey, woohoo!
Give me a little extra.
Can you hear
I
me?
don't need a little extra. I'm going red line now. Woo!
Hey, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, that's loud.
All right. So anyway, all right. So back to the stories. It's like wham, bam, wham. No, it's like I can't look at it. It's like my OCD starts going off, and
Right?
I get into the squirrel in there.
Right.
So anyway, we have a affiliate.
Yes, we have an affiliate.
Yes, we have an affiliate. Affiliate's somebody that comes up that they see what we're doing, and they give us they give you guys a little kickback and us a little money to try to get the show improved a little bit.
Yep.
And that's it's not a lot of money. This is one of our very first ones. So, when you're tiny like us, yeah, it's kind of funny because we are getting into the fact of, let's turn us down in our ears. There we go. Mm-hmm. All right. So, what's different is that affiliates are interesting because when you're small, they help you because of the fact that you might only have a few subscribers, but they realize you get a lot of other hits like out there.
Right.
And so, Scotty from Russia, you're not in Russia, are you? Don't go there. Scotty from Russia.
You better not be in Russia. I don't know if you've heard, there's a lot of shit going on
There's
down
a lot of shit going on down there if you haven't figured this shit out by now.
Right.
And if you are there, you know it now. So anyway, but but anyway, so we got this affiliate, and I think it's because if you look at every one of our videos, I don't want to start advertising for people that we wouldn't use ourselves. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you've
proponent for
watched
that.
from the day we started to now,
Yes.
we've got our Buzzio cans,
Yep.
our water bottles. We call them water bottles. I guess you could put anything in them. I guess you could put drinks in them,
Yep.
whatever, in
This
case.
was mine.
Yeah, that's Kimmy's. And BuzzioLife.com, you can now go out there and pay the same price we paid, but 10% less with our coupon code Sammitized.
Yes.
Believe it or not, Sammitized. I put it at the bottom of the screen because I don't want you guys to misspell it.
Yep.
If you do it, helps us a little bit, and it definitely helps you because even if even if you go out to Amazon, Amazon's where we got ours originally.
Yep.
From the Buzzio company, but you can buy it right from Buzzio.
Yep.
And by using our code, you get A, free shipping,
Yep.
and B, 10% off.
There you go.
So, and they're not. I mean, come on, they're not that cheap because they're made with all this really. They're pretty hardcore.
He dropped his down like a flight of
mine.
stairs.
I got a big ass dent in it. And see my Buzzio logo.
The contents are still cold.
Content's still cold, and it's double lined with this special aluminum. And
Right.
I'm going to tell you, it is absolutely insane. I didn't believe in it. Kim had one to start with, and her and Kendall had one, the Badger,
Yes.
and they both had theirs.
I had mine for like a week, and then she's like, "Oh my God, your water's
Yeah.
still cold. I need one."
And
so I'm like,
and
"Okay."
what was crazy was like I got a Yeti cup from work.
Yeah.
They gave them to us for free for their
Yeah.
25th anniversary or 30th anniversary, whatever.
Right.
And what was really interesting about it was the fact that I got this thing and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So we put ice water, whatever, in it.
Yeah.
And I left it in the car. And I was in Punta Gorda, ironically, and I left my cup in the car with my drink in it. And I came back in and it was kind of cold.
Right.
But it was like drinkable. I was like, oh, look, it kept it cold. Yada,
Right.
yada, yada,
Yeah.
yada. Well, here's the thing. Like I come back an hour later and it's hot as hell. So then I'm like, oh, well, maybe Yeti isn't as great as it says it is. So then, Kimmy's got these things, and we've gone to a couple. We were going to a couple places, and I'm like, I'm starting to drink a lot more water, so let me
Right.
figure this out. And so they got me one.
Yes.
I am not joking. No ice, no extra cooling apparatus, which I have found that ice will last for like 2 days in this thing.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
And I got a story about that too, that from Gainesville. Yeah. But yeah, I got a story about that one. But anyway, so
but the bottle's pretty impressive, right?
But here's the thing. I put cold water in it from the fridge.
Yep.
Went to Punta Gorda. I left it in the car. It was one of the hottest days of the year. It was in August. It was like 102 degrees outside. And this water, I went out there and got a drink, and it was as cold as it was when I put it in the thing to start with that morning.
Awesome.
By the middle of the day, 3 or 4 hours later, I'm thinking it's got to get warmer now. It's still the same coldness. And by the end of the day, I mean, there was like maybe a couple degrees, if that. And I'm like, what is, I mean, I don't, there's like a little
It's pretty
magic
cool,
potion right between
Yeah.
the two metal things that says, keep this
Right.
cold all day.
Yep.
Reminds me of, like that stupid joke where the blonde goes into the Sports Authority and says, hey, I need something to keep, I need a thing to keep my drinks cold. Oh, yeah, we got these. So he goes, these are the cans you want. Because keep hot things hot, cold things cold. Goes, oh, okay. So she takes it home and she comes back. And she goes, I put my ice cream in there and it melted. I don't know how that happened. Because, well, it was because it goes, well, my coffee was cold and my ice cream was hot. I don't understand. And you can't do it at the same time.
Oh my God.
Stupid joke.
That's
But anyway.
a terrible joke.
It's a terrible joke, but a stupid one.
Oh, jeez.
But anyway, so long
Leave
story
it to Samuel to give him a terrible joke.
to a terrible joke. Bad dad joke. It's not even a good dad joke. It's like a
Right?
bad dad joke.
Yeah.
But anyway, so thebuzzio.com. Please go check it out. I mean, they're going to be like $24 for like the ones we got are $24. They're not the huge ones. I forgot what they exactly call them, but they come with like their own little straws.
Yeah, and you have different lid options.
Yeah, you can have different lid options. Yeah. Like mine came with a lid.
Yeah, you
like
got
a flat
the straw
lid. Well, I got a flat lid that was just a cap, so you could just drink out of it.
Yeah.
Then you get this lid, which is cool as hell. I love this one, and it's like if you don't want to drink out of straw,
the lid.
so you screw it back on, and it seals
and I have
it.
The straw.
I mean, there's water coming out the side, but that's because I just filled it up. But other than that, so we got, and then it comes with the straw lid, and then mine came with this cool little cylinder thing that goes in it, that it goes into, and and basically you throw it on your
purse.
Yeah, water purse, and you can throw it over your shoulder, and then whatever you're doing, you can just do it. So anyway,
probably look more attractive with the ladies than the men, but
you never know.
For your prerogative,
it's
not
your
mine.
Prerogative, right?
Yep.
Well, some men are ladies now, so that's what I've been told.
Hey, it's their prerogative. None of my business.
He, she, it, them, they,
what you do
whatever.
Behind closed doors is none of my business.
Exactly. I don't care.
want to know.
You can just as long as you watch. I don't give a shit.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. We're a multifaceted situation.
Yeah.
So anyway,
continually growing.
Yes. In brain and mind and
expanding
and business.
Yes.
So, all right. So back to the thing at hand. So that was another positive. So it just keeps rolling now.
Yeah.
Because guess what?
Uh-oh.
We have hit our 40 subscribers.
Woo-hoo!
Actually, we went over 40 subscribers this week.
Yes. We're like at 44 now.
Yeah, we're at 44 now.
Yes.
The 40 sub challenge has hit. And it is completed, and so I'm a little nervous because I was in Gainesville, and I was talking to a gentleman that had watched the show, and he was like, "I subscribed because I got that same kit, and this is a guy that eats hot stuff all the time,
okay,
and he's like, one bite, that's all it's going to take." I'm like, what do you mean one bite? Because you're going to bite down on it one time, and if you hit the right bean, your eyes are going to be watering, you're going to be burning. You're on fire. And I was like, oh, here we go.
Oh,
so
that doesn't sound pleasant.
Well, so I know what hot stuff is like, and I know this guy knows what hot stuff is like.
Right.
So it scares the living bejesus out of me if he thinks it's hot.
So you don't want to be caught off guard.
Well, that's the whole. That's the whole fun of these people.
Yes.
Watching
us
do something stupid like this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why they helped us with the 40 subs.
Yes.
So with that being said, I have an idea, and I'm actually going to start doing it on YouTube. So anybody that's like a Facebook, I know I have lots of Facebook fans there's like almost 20 some odd Facebook fans out there that are on top of our YouTube subscribers, and they overlap, so it's not a big deal.
Right.
It shouldn't be a big deal. But if you are not a subscriber on YouTube, you will not see the 40 sub challenge.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
And the reason why is I'm not going to do it live on a podcast.
Right.
What I'm going to do is I am going to go out, and I'm now into this new thing called shorts.
Yep.
Where we do these little 15-second things. And they see with cars and all sorts of stuff. It's really, really cool.
I like this.
Even if you weren't doing it for the 40 sub challenge.
Yes.
This is definitely a reason why to go get your subscription at YouTube and ring the little bell. And the reason why you have to ring the bell is because anything I do out there, it's going to tell you about.
Ring the bell.
Ring that bell. And so what I'm going to do is I am literally going to eat one, throughout the next couple weeks.
One on a short?
I'm going to eat one on a short.
Oh.
And I'm actually going to.
At least you're saving me the torture because I was really concerned about it.
Well, first of all, if I know this guy was in pain, I know I'm going to be in pain, and there's no way in hell I'm going to put you through this.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm the guinea pig.
Considering hot wings are.
I mean, here it is.
My limit.
And he said, because it says extremely hot.
Yeah.
He says it's no fucking joke. He says you are going to be kind of freaked out over it a little bit.
Yeah.
So the key thing is I will do this, and I will be the guinea pig. I'll be the one to laugh at. So I am going to put it out there. Yep.
That's my guy.
I will take the hit. I promised you guys I would do it because you guys were nice enough to get me the subscribers I needed. You got us to 40, like you said. Yep. I am not going to back down from it. I will not be. I'm a man of my word.
Yes.
So we are going to. So we're going to definitely go with the shorts, and that way Kimmy doesn't have to go into pain, and I will take one for the team.
Yay!
For you and you only.
Sounds like many for the team, that's awesome and appreciated.
Yes. Well, I'm sure the lighter ones are not as bad, but I guess when you get up into the habanero, other ones, it's like, and he said that they couldn't. The colors were, not, they weren't prominent. So it's like a sriracha's red.
I gotcha.
So it's like a sriracha's red, but like the hottest one is like red with black dots on it.
Oh, fabulous.
And sometimes the black dots are not that prominent.
Great.
Yeah. So
this guy sounds like he's had more than a can.
So I guess maybe you got tricked on it. I don't know.
Brave soul.
Yes, brave soul. So anyway, so that's what we're going to do.
That's
we'll
good.
have the shorts.
It's coming. So there you go.
It's coming very shortly.
Soon.
It's coming soon to a short near you.
Yes.
All right. So now we're going to talk. We got all sorts of shit to talk about. Literally, like tons and tons of stuff to talk about. One of the things is that again we weren't here on Wednesday. So
sorry about that.
So I did make a YouTube live session because I couldn't do because I was using the hotel Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't let me do YouTube, and because for some reason it's like forcing me to go to Twitter, which God. I don't want to go, but there's not very many people out there, and they don't get me. But the YouTube and the Facebook are where our fans are really at, and I appreciate every friggin' one of you. I really do, really do. Thank you over and over again. I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say it, but thank you.
A lot, yes.
Yes, and so with that, now I will tell you one thing. I will make a separate video if we go with if we do the hot chip challenge. It will not be a short. Because we will just do that, and we'll watch me burn down until it's over, and then we'll get off the air. Right. Maybe like 10-15 minute thing or whatever.
Yep.
But which scares me now because it's only 6 away. And I'm asking people to go sign up. But yeah. I'm a creature of habit.
Sure,
I like to torture myself, man. I'm telling you, I like to torture myself. So anyway, so I was in Gainesville, and for work, and I got a hotel room.
Yep.
Or I had I was, unless I was going to sleep in a freaking car.
I
was there for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
So, and I always stay at the same place, and the place that I stay is like the Hampton Inn and Suites.
Okay.
It's right dead center in the middle of like where all the happening goes, like by the college. And there's this place called the Bo Diddley Park that's in the middle of where this place is. Like this place is on the edges of it. And it's a hot spot for people to go eat and all this kind of stuff.
I was going to look up what was Bo Diddley's affiliation to the schools, but
yeah. So I think it's just an entertainment place for people that he donated money to this and bought this land, gave it to
that makes sense,
and gave it to the it's called the wild. It's funny. It says Gainesville's wild and crazy places to visit or something. There's a big badge on the like post with a badge on it.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it's a cool place. And the next time I'm there, I'll take a little more. I'll just do a live video throughout the place, whether it's open, whether there's anything hopping or not.
Right.
But it has like this big area in the middle, and every night I noticed that they were advertising learning how to dance.
Oh no. And
we're not talking like dance. We're talking like the electric slide and shit like that.
Okay.
So, and these people are out there, and I think they're doing it more for like an exercise than
right.
anything else.
Yeah.
So, with that being said,
I don't know those
and
women that. Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe.
And I don't know what I think it's called, mimosas or something like that.
Mimosa.
No, not mimosa. The name of the restaurant's not mimosa.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's like Minosa or something like that.
He doesn't know the name of the restaurant.
Yeah,
Let's
it's not.
move
It's
on.
not the drink. They sell mimosas, but
I'm
they.
sure
It's not the.
everybody does.
But it's not the name of the drink. I mean, it's not the name of the drink. So anyway, this place is a taco stand.
Cool.
They got tacos and burritos in these bowls that you can buy.
Right.
And I will tell you, it's some of the best. I mean, Chipotle would be out of business if this place turned into like this big, deal. Because they would take them out.
Nice.
Them and Moe's or any of them, because I've been to all of those, and these burritos they send you, they don't give you there's options if you want it, but if you just go up there and ask for a burrito, they put their standard stuff in it, and it's amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, there's this thing called the black and blue burrito, and it's blue cheese with steak, and then it has all this other good stuff in there.
Tasty.
It's really, I mean, and it's like you look at it and go, oh, that's not gonna fill me up, and then you get done eating it, and you're like, oh, I can't eat it. I mean, I have to fight to eat the last of it unless I'm hungry. So with that being said, so yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's an interesting park, and they have this beer down there called. They have different beers that are like I don't know,
seasonal beers and stuff.
Well, it's weird because it's like not just. I mean, you know how many you know about beer.
Yeah,
it's like
a
little bit. So it's like to be on the know for things across the whole damn country. Mm-hmm. Is crazy. I mean, either somebody's feeding it to them, or somebody there is a big beer IPA aficionado too, because they have this board up above the door, and it has all these like draft beers that they get in, and they'll only get a keg at a time.
That's cool.
And then they write it on the board, and you can pick it, and it makes it fun because you can try different shit all the time.
Yeah, from different places.
And I'm not like a super beer drinker,
right?
So it is what it is. But what makes it cool is it's like you get to try some stuff that I like. Last time I was really upset because they had this one that was Shock Top Zest.
Right.
And Shock Top Zest was
not the same in the can as it is on the tap.
Yeah, when I went, I mean, this stuff, it had like an orange base to it, kind of like the one we bought. Mm-hmm. Okay, it had like this thick orange base, like kind of hazy. They call it hazy IPA, I guess.
Yes.
And so that one was okay. Yeah, it was good in the thing, but the cans were more like a seltzer drink.
Right.
It wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Well, then I went back this time, and they had this one called Screamsicle by 6 Point Brewery.
Yep, out of New York. Yep.
And I'll tell you that stuff is awesome.
That one was delicious.
Yeah, we found it where we could buy it in the cans.
Yes.
And Kimmy's got to try one. I didn't want to try one before our podcast. I might have not made it. Huh?
I tried one.
That's what I said. You tried one.
I was
warning you, but because I knew if I drank it, I wouldn't be able to get through this. I was like, no way, no sir, no how. Yeah. Yeah, Scotty and the Long Island iced tea. I used to do those. Those got me in more trouble than I needed to get into.
He'd get my drink coupons and use mine and his too.
Oh man, I don't know how many Long Island iced teas I had. I used to work for a big company, tape company, and they'd take us out places, and I would in Arizona. They are like, it's funny because Long Island is in where? New York, right? Mm-hmm. So you think Long Island iced tea would be like big and known in Long Island, and Long Island iced tea was like this. Arizona's like, well, we're famous for our Long Island iced teas,
right? And
I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm not joking. This big glass mug that they gave me was that size, like just with a big handle on the side, glass handle, frosted glass.
Yeah.
And back then I could drink. I can't drink like that anymore. a lot younger, like 20 years ago, and and I took 4 of those down, and all I know is that I was in a jacuzzi, and then I realized that it was time to go get on my airplane.
Yeah.
That's how late it was, how long it was, and how I had no idea what recollection of time it was. Yeah, I was like, I had to go wake up my buddy. Like, let's go, man. It's time to go. It's like, what time is it? It's like we got to get in a, get our stuff and get on a freaking plane. Oh shit, So yeah, Long Island iced teas will definitely get you going real hard. I mean, all it is alcohol and alcohol and alcohol, and then add some lime and a little Coke, and you've got a Long Island iced tea.
Right. No kidding.
But anyway, so the beer that with the Screamsicle from 6 Point was pretty damn good.
I thought it was tasty.
But I'm going to tell you, warn everybody else that's a beer drinker. If you're drinking drinking Budweiser, this will kick your ass.
This one, yeah.
It's like four cans of beer in one, because it's 8% by volume.
8% alcohol. By volume,
to put it mildly, normal.
If you drink IPAs, you know what that's about.
Yeah, your normal beer, like your Budweiser, is like 2,
yeah.
2.5, 2.1.
Exactly.
I mean, I used to think it was awesome when Ice House first came out, or Zima, because Ice House and Zima was like 3.5 to 4. And I was like, yeah, there we go. That's the way to take it. And then you get these with the 8. It's like you drink one, and it doesn't make you drunk, but I tell you what, you want to go to bed afterwards.
Quite happy.
Makes you happy, and then it makes you super tired. Yeah, I'm not a big beer drinker either, Scotty. But I'll tell you this stuff. I'll tell you why I like it. Was it just tastes like oranges. I mean, I'm a fruit drinking type of guy. And it was definitely
it's a very clean palate beer.
It was like it doesn't taste like beer. It doesn't have the beer taste.
On the
it
back
just
end,
it just tastes like oranges.
There's
Oranges
no
when it's going down, the oranges at the end.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it was good stuff. And so I'm the same way as Scotty is. It's like I'm not going to be drinking that shit.
Yeah.
A regular beer, she comes out, hey, try this. I'm like, no,
not gonna happen.
Nope, sorry. Try it.
And I'll try anything once. Like, I've had my experience with sours and stuff like that, but they're not my favorite. Like, I'll drink them if I have to, but
see, I don't even know what a sour. I don't even know what a sour is. Like, she was showing me these other beers. We were getting the Screamsicle, and it said orange with sour. It's supposed to have cream in it or something to make. And I guess the sour makes it cream.
The cream is lactose.
Yeah.
Which is not milk. It's just a chemical in milk.
So it's just a chemical in milk that if you can't drink milk is the chemical that you can't drink.
You probably shouldn't. Yeah, you should probably take like a milk pill before you.
If you want to go shitting for distance, let's go drinking some lactose sour beer.
Yeah, any kind of cream beer is gonna have lactose in it.
Oh, geez.
More than likely.
So anyway, off the beer thing. So we went in. So I was at Gainesville, and we're at this park. That's like the big thing to do at night. And so at my favorite taco stand, I'm calling Kim up, and I'm trying to. It's been a long day. I didn't get to talk to her in the morning, and
we did a FaceTime.
And so we did a FaceTime, and I'm sitting there, and I just notice all these really hot girls like walking around, like really skinny hot girls,
scantily clad dresses,
and they're wearing these dresses that like booty cutter type dresses where it cuts off right at the cheek.
Right.
And it's like, and that's like, I think the cheek is what's holding it from popping up like one of those.
The cheek is going to definitely play peekaboo.
Like those blinds that you pull down and it goes.
For sure.
That's what these things look like. You look like you just go, you just like slap her in the ass and watch it shoot off. Like,
it might happen. You never know.
So anyway, so these three, but what was weird about it was that these girls were in 2s and 3s.
Oh, great.
And what made it
probably a sorority.
Yeah, and what made it even more interesting is like after I got off the phone with you, the blue ones, they were all in blue. These 3 were in blue.
Yeah, like baby blue.
Baby blue.
Yeah.
And they multiplied. Like they left, and then they came back, and there was like 6 of them, like rabbits. They just kind of just multiplied on their own.
That sounds dangerous.
And so I'm like, so the 3 were sitting there, and the reason why I mentioned the 3. Because I'm on the phone with Kim, and she's like, okay, go ahead and order your food and call me back after you got done eating.
Yeah.
See, she's one wonderful wife. She's like, oh, there's 3 hot women over there. It's like, no, they ain't good. It's either she's real trusting, or she's like, no, there's no way in hell they're gonna fucking even look at him. But anyway, one of the two things is gonna happen there.
Got it.
So I was like, nope, you know, you didn't have a fucking chance, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, so no chance. So anyway, so these hot women are sitting there, and right before I get off the phone with her, I'm like, all of a sudden, like, now I've been standing out here for like 10, 15 minutes,
right,
talking to you, and all of a sudden it's like, man, it's a bug, and I'm slapping my hand and everything else, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And these bugs have started showing up, and I'm like, I think it's the girls, and then I got up closer, and they didn't smell bad.
Oh,
okay,
no.
I mean, they smelled. It was like, it was a weird. I mean, there now, mind you, there's like certain. When we were growing up, I think Scotty knows. I think it was Polo, or one of those was made for women, and it smelled like bug spray to me. Like every time I smelled it, it was like, oh, this is like bug spray. I mean, this is like horrible. And like all the girls wore it, and I'm like, why are they wearing bug spray? You know. So I was like, let me go get some DEET. You know, I can be one of the ladies. You know, start spraying some DEET. You know, some old open woods. You know,
right, deep woods off.
Yeah. So I so these girls are sitting there, and like these bugs are getting bugs, and I'm like, I can't be them. Maybe there's just like some extra water around here or something. I mean, we did have a storm. You know, maybe that's the case. And then I go off, and it's like they leave, and the bugs are gone. Poof. They all left.
Poof.
At the same time that the bugs were there,
so
they were there.
They were attracted to the lady's perfume?
Perfume, crotch, I don't know.
Something
on them, because they didn't exactly smell proper.
Uh-huh.
But they...
so it wasn't fish market, it was just something strange.
It was something strange. Maybe they're covering up fish market. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the old, you know, when we say fish market, it's because it's for the ones that want to learn our analogies and our wording. Fish market's basically from the old joke. You know, the blind guy walks by the fish market and goes, "Hello, ladies." You know, stupid joke. But funny.
Hey, I like that joke.
It's a timeless joke, is what it's called. A timeless joke.
I like it.
So yeah, so long and short, they had the so these stinky women were there, and then with the bugs. Mm-hmm. And what was really weird is while I'm waiting for the food, they go and, you know, of course, I guess these people are going to go and, like, they're sitting down. So they order and they go and they get a table in the back.
So their roll top dress didn't flip up for you at all?
And so what was weird was they went to they walked to the left, and then I look across the street and there's like 3 or 4 in black with the same outfit.
Oh gosh.
And then, like I said, when they came back, there was like 6 in blue now again.
Oh my God.
And this ugly baby blue. I mean, the ugliest baby blue I've ever seen.
I seen it in the clip, and I
call it Easter egg
blue. Who chose that color?
Because nobody other than an Easter egg would have wore that color.
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
That or an old convertible Beetle with a lesbian in it. Because I mean the baby blue. That's that baby blue.
Right. Didn't matter how pretty the girl was. It was the blue that messed it up.
Yeah. And I was like, and it also attracted all the bugs, obviously.
Clearly.
And then while we're sitting there, like right before I get off the phone with you, before we get up to buggies and the buggy girls, this guy comes up and just immediately starts talking to me. He's like, "Oh man," and I'm like. And of course, I'll talk to anybody weird.
Right. That's the way we are.
The weirder, the better.
Right.
I'll talk to anybody that's oddball weird.
Right.
So I was like, I'm weird. You're weirder than me.
Right. Yeah.
We're going to have a conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
So this guy's like, "Where's the dance?" I'm like, "What?" And I looked over, and like the dancer people were gone. And I'm like, "You must have missed them by 5 minutes." And he says, "Oh man, I missed my dancing." And he's just sitting there, and he was just, it was like
he was heartbroken.
He was like heartbroken, depressed, the whole 9 yards, sitting there, his head down, like, what the hell, man? It was like, and I'm like, what kind of weirdos are here? He goes, "Well, I guess I'll just have to come back by at 7 tomorrow." And I'm like, "I guess you might. I guess you're going to."
So, Right.
It's like, how the fuck was I supposed? What? Am I the?
You're the dance coordinator.
No, I'm the
now,
coordinator
clearly.
for the whole damn Bo
Yes.
Diddley entertainment facility.
That's it. Yes.
And so I'm like, what the hell? So then we get. So that was that.
Nice.
So I go to bed that night, and then when I get in the bedroom, okay, and I talked about this on my little
You're short.
my thing I did on Wednesday because I felt really bad
Yeah.
that we weren't having a show on Wednesday because I really wanted to do one where I was away and you were here.
like remote, and it just didn't.
Yeah, and it just didn't jive.
It wasn't in the cards.
Wasn't in the cards. Well, the internet there was just horrible.
Right.
So anyway, so the night before, I went into the room and there was this weird silver shit on the toilet seat.
Yeah.
Just globs of it, and it was like literally like this color, and it was just like blotches of it, and it looked like something was dropped down and landed on it.
Like silver toothpaste.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, it didn't. Put it this way, where it was located on the toilet seat, you would think, well, it didn't come from their ass, so, or maybe it did. Maybe they put it on their ass.
Maybe it was like weird toe cream or something.
I don't know, but it was this weird.
But
so
it was
I was
silver.
like, it was silver, and it was almost had a shine to it, like a silver shine, and so
maybe it was some kind of ladies' cream.
Well, I didn't know, but all I knew was when we went.
You didn't want it on your ass. That was.
I didn't want it on my butt.
Yeah.
No, I was just taking a leak. I looked down, I'm like, ooh, what the hell is that?
Right. Yeah.
So so I take a couple toilet paper things and wipe it off to flush it. And I look in the tub and there's like globs of that in it there too, and I'm like, that seems kind of odd.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was
wonder
like,
how much they got on their body if they dropped that much in the tub and
exactly.
on the toilet.
It's like, what the hell are they doing, right?
Right.
So then I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I was like, I just left it alone, and I was exhausted that day. So I was like, I'm just going to bed.
Yeah.
So I go and take a. So I just literally laid in the bed and boom, I'm done. Well, then I wake up next morning, and this is where I must have pissed off the hotel gods.
Uh-oh.
I am telling you, I have totally 100% pissed off the hotel gods. And I'll tell you why, because I'm like, so every guy in the morning, first thing you do is go take a pee.
Sure.
Well, when you're traveling a lot, well, I guess everybody does that a little bit. So I go and take this pee, and so then as I'm peeing, if I'm in a hotel room, I'll go and I'll turn the water on to warm it up.
Yeah.
And so I turn it on. I just flick it on first, and then it will kind of like get the.
It'll warm up pretty quickly.
It'll warm up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And those dialy knob things, a lot of people get confused by the dialy knob thing.
Yeah, but once
because
it
has a hot and a cold, and there's one
easy.
side that's like the arm piece, and everybody goes to that first, and then realizes, why is my water cold?
Right, and they have
then
to
they
go
realize
around.
the other end has the arrow that's supposed to be your heat.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that silver shit was somebody fucking with the plumbing or what.
Could have been.
But I turn it on like normal, like it's half and half.
Right.
And the whole room just all of a sudden it was like there was a cloud in it. And I'm like, what the hell?
What they do? Cut off the cold?
We're talking like a minute or two at the max.
Oh, that's
so
terrible.
I'm like, what the hell's going on?
That's insane hot.
So I crank it down a little bit. And on those, you have to, for people that don't travel a lot, but a little tip of the trade, if you got the little dialy knob thing, you turn it a little bit, and then you got to wait a minute or two, and then the temperature will get to that point. Because sometimes you'll go, like if you turn it up and then you just jump in, you can scald yourself. Or if you turn it down and you don't wait a second, it's going to freeze your ass off.
Right.
It's going to go from hot to cold.
You got to give it time. Yeah.
So I go, and it doesn't work. So I turn it down a little bit more, it doesn't work. Yeah. Turn it down a little bit more, it doesn't work. I have the little arrow like it's either cold or off. It's that close to the end of cold. So I'm like, I should be getting ice cold like water out of the thing. It should be
pretty chill, yeah.
And so I go to stick my hand in it, and I'm not joking. It was almost cold enough to jump into.
Oof.
And I'm like, what? So I let it run.
Yeah.
Let it run.
Thinking maybe.
Yeah. So I go by the bed and I grab the phone while this thing's running to go tell them about it, because I'm not a complainer.
No,
Okay.
you're not.
I mean, on our honeymoon, there was
Cookies in the bed.
literally cookies in the bed,
Crumbs, yeah.
cookie crumbs in the bed, which is kind of gross because then that means they didn't change the sheets and somebody was in there eating fucking food.
Cookies, right? Yeah.
But there was cookies in the bed. So I'm not a complainer. So I go off and I grab the phone. I'm like, okay, let me just ask somebody. Maybe they can fix it while I'm gone.
Right.
So I pick up the phone. No dial tone. Then I go hit the button. Oh, man, I have to hit a button. No lights come on. I'm beeping, and I'm trying to beep it. There's no beep. There's no nothing. I look at the cords plugged in the wall. Everything's plugged in. I unplug it, replug it, and all this other shit. Nothing works.
You do your IT magic.
Yeah,
and it still doesn't work.
my IT magic. Unplug, replug. It should work. Doesn't work. So then I'm like, screw it.
He's fixing the shit in his hotel room
Yeah,
that he doesn't own.
I don't own any of it while I'm troubleshooting everything while I'm sitting there. So I'm like, all right. So I go to the shower, and the water is almost cold enough to
put your toe in.
To put your toe. To put your toe in. So it was cold enough that I could get my head under the water, and I mean, they had liquid soap, and it was so hot that I was like, I'm putting the liquid soap on, and it's going off it's like disappearing as I'm putting it on.
God.
Yeah, so I'm like, what the hell, you know?
Right, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I get my shower and I come out, and then as I'm walking around the corner, I go, well, I'm warm. I'm freaking hot. It's like,
you took a scalding shower.
I took
I wonder.
I took a scalding shower, and the inside of my room looks like there's going to be a hurricane soon. There's a cloud in there.
There's a cloud
it's
forming.
I mean, I'm waiting for Jim Cantori to jump out of the closet and start going, it's going to be a big one, guys.
This is where it's coming to shore.
It's coming down right here. So I'm waiting for old little Jim Cantori to show up. So I go, well, I'm going to go get a drink of water. So I put all this water in the refrigerator the night before.
Yeah.
So I go
8
get
hours.
One,
It should be plenty
8 hours.
cold. Yeah.
In the freezer. It's in there. So normally their freezers aren't very good anyway, but it's at least to make it super cold. You have cold water.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to take a drink of this water, and it's warm. It's like as warm as it was in the car. So I'm like, nothing's working in this room. So then I'm like, uh-oh. So then I walk around the corner and I notice.
You were talking about the phone.
Yeah. So, well, that's the next thing. So I go and I start packing my shit up, and I look over, and on the desk there's another phone. Okay. Well,
Let's
take
try
two.
Number two, right?
Take two. So I'm on the phone, picking it up, and the lights are lighting up on this one, and I don't know why. That just was like the most exciting thing in the world, that I was able to pick up that phone and a light came on. Now, the speaker didn't work on the phone, but the lights came on. So I'm like pressing the front desk, and it's blinking. Then it goes solid, and I'm like, hello, anybody there?
Was it like one of those, what is it, with the deaf people that use?
No,
maybe?
Yeah, Braille. So the light lights
Braille's
up.
for blind. Deaf with the TTY, they type, yeah.
But, and so I pick it up, and nothing happens. So I press so the light goes off, and I'm like, the phone's fucking broken. So I reset the phone a second time. Yeah, I reset this one now. So now we're on 2 times. I'm resetting phones in the room, troubleshooting, and I'm sitting there. And so I hit the button again, and the light blinks again, and it goes solid, and then it goes off again. And I'm like, I'm not hearing anything, a ring or a dial tone or nothing. So then I hit that, and then I see speaker. I'm like, oh, speaker, and I hit the speaker, and you hear hello. And then the guy's like really angry at me because he thinks I'm prank calling him. I'm like, dude, this freaking phone is broken, man. He's like, because I was wondering, I was getting really pissed off. This guy at 501 is
ready to go bang down your door.
he's ready to come up there and like kick me out of the room. and I'm like, dude, I said, I normally don't complain, but I can't take a shower because I could cook pasta in the water that's coming out of the shower. There's gray shit coming coming out of the toilet on the toilet. And the phone doesn't work by the bed, and this one doesn't. You don't have a headset, and the sink in the fridge doesn't work.
Right.
And he's like, "Who'd you piss off?" So I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, just come down here. I'll give you another damn. And I immediately click, and he hung up.
Yeah.
He's like, just get this guy out of my life.
Like, let's get over this now.
Well, the guy's just like, because I don't know how many times
4 times.
Oh no, it was more. That's the funny part. It was much more than 4 times. I was on there and I just kept pressing the fucking button because it would blink and then it would light up, and then I was like trying to get hold of somebody, you know. So then the guy gives me another room. He's like, so another guy's up there, and the manager comes, I'm so sorry. This guy, you can tell he's pissed off, but he doesn't say anything.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, whatever. So then they give me another room. So I go in this room, and it's like a third of the freaking 5th story of this building. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, this huge room. I mean, the room is bigger than our green room where our studio is.
Yeah.
In the living room combined.
Okay, so you have like a house.
I could have lived there.
Yeah.
I could have easily lived there. It was like, it had everything I needed forever.
Right.
It had a fridge, a microwave, a sink to wash with, a bathroom, a shower, a toilet, a king size bed, a big TV.
Probably no gray shit on that toilet.
It had a couch with what they call that?
Chase.
With the Chase lounge on it even.
Nice.
And I'm like, man, I said, this is nicer than my house. It's like, but so then that's where that night
that guy's like, as long as my phone stops ringing, I'll give him the whole top floor.
I'll give him the whole. Just tell him to stop.
Just stop making him call me.
Make the bad man stop. Please make the bad man stop. So it's like, yeah, please make the bad man stop.
Oh God.
I'll give you anything you want. So anyway, so that's where we did our little live event.
You did your live event.
My live event
because we couldn't link.
Yeah,
but that's okay. We're working on it.
So that's where we did the live event at.
Yep.
So that was the end of the bad room scenario. Oh, but that wasn't the end of that day.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I get the room. I go up there. First thing I do is I check the water, check the sink, check the refrigerator, and I check the phone. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, buddy. He's like, stop calling me.
So anyway, so I go downstairs, and I'm now, I didn't have any cold water. Mm-hmm. So on the way to the elevator, they have the ice machine right at the end of the elevator.
That's convenient.
So I took my handy old Buzzio.
Yep.
And coupon code Sammitized. No, little plug there.
There you go. Yeah.
And I took my Buzzio and I filled it full of ice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I got water in the back of the trunk. I'll leave the ones in the fridge.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Everything's awesome.
So I opened up the trunk. I put my bag in it, so I didn't want to leave it on the ground. Mm-hmm. It was a little wet out. So I put my keys and everything together. Then I start putting the water in the
Did you
Buzzio.
fart? I think that cat farted if you didn't.
It wasn't me. Oh, God.
I'm dying over here.
Woo! Kitty.
Stop feeding the cat that stuff.
That's a stink pussy.
That's some rank stuff there.
Ladies.
It was like a green cloud of shit.
I was wondering what you were talking about. Like, I don't hear it. You had to make it known.
Wasn't me.
Oh, God. Oh, so anyway. So I'm looking at you. You're trying to blame this shit on me.
I'm blaming you. It was either your ass or the cat's.
So anyway, so I go out to the car, and I'm getting this water in the Buzzio, and then all of a sudden it's like, so I get the water in, I put the lid on, and I'm all happy. It's like, all right, the rest of the day's gonna get better, right?
Yep.
I shut as I'm shutting the trunk lid. I look in, and the light on the trunk's still on, and I can see my keys with the bag as the trunk goes click.
Oh no.
So I was like,
that was the morning you called me.
yeah, I'm calling Kim at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what the fuck to do.
Right. Yeah.
Who do I call? I don't know what to do.
And I'm
here.
like asleep. I'm like, it's that blue circle. That's that circle thing on the phone.
Right. It's the circle thing.
The purple or blue, whatever.
Thing. I'm like, there's lots of circle icons on the phone. They're called apps.
Right.
Tell me which one. I'm going to call my.
Right. Yeah.
Start randomly calling people. Can you unlock my car, please?
Right.
So anyway.
But they came pretty quick.
Within an hour.
Yeah.
I was back on the road.
That's pretty good.
Yep. So I felt so bad too, man. I felt like such a heel because I don't. As of late, since COVID has come up, I haven't had cash on me.
Right.
And so not having cash, I don't think about that. So when something like this happens, you want to tip somebody, I can't.
Right.
Like, how am I supposed to tip them? Here's my card, I mean, what do I do?
Yeah.
So I felt like a heel because he did get out there pretty quick. So then I seen him drive by, and he was a big boy, and I was like, I could see him drive by the donut shop where I was going at the time, and I was like, shit, I could just offer him donuts. I know he would have took a donut.
He would have taken a donut.
He would have took a donut.
Yep.
That guy made me look like it made me look tiny.
Right.
He was definitely like bigger than Slim, and he's like, yeah, and I was like, poor guy.
Poor guy.
He's probably grumbling about me the whole way back too. And speaking of the donut shop, this place, Daylight
I'm thinking
Donuts,
there's a lot of millennials out there that just don't know enough to tip.
Yeah, and that
Pretty sure
and I
that.
probably look like the same jerk off, but
It's all good.
But
It happens.
But they have this place called Daylight Donuts in Gainesville, and if you ever go to Gainesville or you're going through Gainesville, you have to go there.
Check it out.
And I, as everybody knows, I've spoken about this before. Donuts are just a transporting device for pudding.
Yeah.
Or something that you like.
Some other vessel.
Some other thing that you like more, and you don't
Right.
want to bring a bowl and a spoon.
Yeah.
You could bring
A donut.
a donut.
Yeah.
And they make fresh donuts as like on the fly back there. And they make these donuts, and when you want filled donuts, they have like the basics, the lemon, the cherry, and the Boston cream already made, or like a handful of them already made.
Yeah.
And then they have a list on the wall, and you just go, I want, I don't want chocolate.
Donut, but I want.
I want
this
lemon
in it.
filled, but I don't want chocolate on top. I just want icing or whatever, and then
They
she
whip
goes
it up
back
for
there
you?
and fills it. Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm going to tell you, this place, they don't like. I don't know how many people have gone to like these little Chinese donut places that were like they've been there since ever. Like we have a place called like
Gold Star. I
which
like
is
Gold Star.
awesome.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, this donut shop is my new favorite because this lady, the more you compliment her, the more she packs into this donut. It's like this pregnant donut. It's like I get 3 donuts that look like this, like I just ordered like 3 Big Macs, full of white chocolate or whatever the hell
whatever
you want.
you've put in it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, so you sit in your car and you're like, this is good because this is exactly what this was made for, just to transport whatever's inside of this thing.
There you go.
So it's like, you can skip on the donut, just don't skip on the inside.
Yep.
Oh, so that's so. Other than that, we had a couple. I did a couple shorts there while I was there on some cars, some interesting ones. Anytime I see a new interesting car now,
the GT500 was awesome.
Yes,
y'all should check that out.
there. Yeah, the GT500 was definitely old school. It wasn't an old school one. It was like when they brought it back.
It was newer, yeah. When
I think like 2009 or 2010 when they brought that model back, the GT500 back out. It was a white one with black
But it
stripes.
looked good.
It was a nice car.
Yeah.
I mean, they took care of it. It was only had like 10,000 miles out there selling it at the dealership.
Yep.
So
And then you came home.
yes, then I came home. Well, so before I go into that, we wanted to go into the speaking of the cars. I wanted to go into the what we're going to be doing a little bit more on the channel, as well on the off channels. It's, podcast's going to stay the same.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do more things with cars, and maybe we might have a show with just car stuff on it.
Sure.
And maybe test drives or something. If it's something really cool, it won't be something that's scheduled. It'll be more of something cool comes out, something new comes out, something awesome comes out, where we can test drive it or do a view of it. That's what we're going to do. So just be ready for that.
Yes.
There'll be a lot more shorts, because anytime I find something that's cool or have something to say,
yeah,
the YouTube shorts come out. So again,
yes,
go subscribe, ring the bell, so you get those notifications, because they will go right to you as they come in.
Yep. And you can, yeah.
So now back to the normal program. You had a couple things you wanted to talk about.
Oh,
And then I was going to talk
I didn't
about.
have any couple of things.
Well,
Just maybe one thing.
I knew you had something.
Yeah.
Well, we have a couple more things to talk about, but one of them was.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it Kimmy time. She's got.
Kimmy time.
Since she missed out on Wednesday, I figure I'll give her a little thing out here. She had something we were talking about, and I'm like, we could maybe talk about on the air and have.
Mm-hmm.
And then if people want to comment, we'll reply. We'll use those comments to go on to the rest of it.
Well, a couple of things. So
You said you had one thing.
Well, I might as well throw it all in, because
All right.
you'll just fill up the rest of the time, and then I won't get to say what I
it's
need to
okay.
say.
I know. Go
So, I'm trying.
Hey, hello.
So, so we want to say congratulations to Zach and Brittany. They follow us,
yeah.
and they are engaged. So, congratulations.
Yeah, one of our first following. We
Yes,
appreciate it.
subscribers.
So, thank you.
Yes. And then we also want to do a, like Mr. Bruner and Bruner Air, we have Ambrose Home Services LLC. He's a
Which
general
just happens
handyman,
to be.
cabinet painting, and custom epoxy countertops, which are very cool looking. If you go and look, it's really neat.
Yeah, the epoxy countertops.
Yeah, they're really pretty. But yeah, he's super good. So check him
he
out.
just happens to be friends with Bruner Air too.
And friends of ours.
And friends of mine.
This guy.
Brian, big Brian. We always talk about Lil Brian, and the reason why we talk about Lil Brian, because there was a big Brian and a Lil Brian. And Lil Brian was always really little. Now Lil Brian really isn't that little, but
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what
it's
it
all
is.
good.
But yeah, Mr. Brian Ambrose, thank you. Buddy from way back.
Exactly.
So
hey, he's a faithful follower and listener.
Yeah,
so, yes.
that's awesome. So
yes.
good job. And then we
Yes.
always have Bruner Air as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keeping us comfortable.
Keeping us comfortable. We'll start putting links in the in our podcast.
Oh yeah,
following
good idea.
down the way here, like we did
Yes.
with the BuzzioLife.com.
Right. Yeah.
Code Sammitized.
That one I just got lucky upon. So yeah.
BuzzioLife.com.
You're welcome. Yeah. And then like okay.
So now she's going to go into
who-
the other stuff.
Who breaks rules?
Well, who doesn't break rules? is the
Well,
question.
right, exactly. So like you find yourself in a parking lot.
I bet
of
you
a-
$5 there's not one
of
person
a-
that watches our show that hasn't broken a
of
rule
a,
at least once.
a random parking lot, no other cars but you,
Right.
and you're at a stop sign, or you're coming to a stop sign. Do you stop at it if you're the only car in the parking lot? No one else is around. You see no other headlights. It's like dark.
I'll
Do
plead
you
the
stop
fifth.
at it?
I'll plead the fifth.
I'm
on
telling
that
you. I can't say I'm gonna. So rule breaking. Now at a regular street, yeah, I'll stop. You just never know.
You know what pisses me off is like when we used to live on the island, like you're in the road that went incoming to the island. I swear there was a guy that was bored in the middle of the night that watched the camera at that light. because if you were going down the island, basically the bridge come off and you had to stop at the light, and then you could go left or right, and then there was the regular flow of traffic going this way.
Yeah.
And 3:00 in the fucking morning, there's not a soul out there.
Yeah.
And the light would be green, and you would, if you drove up with your car, it would turn red. For no reason whatsoever.
He's
it's like there's a guy
there pushing the button.
Yeah, there's a guy in the little camera,
button or
sitting there going,
exactly.
fucking you up the whole way.
Oh yeah.
But
right. So there's like that kind of rule breaking, but then there's like, I mean, it's still rule breaking, I guess. I don't know, but like supplements, right? Like I bought some ginseng, right? Because it gives you energy. And it's like, take 3 capsules. Well, if I took 3 of those capsules, all I do is burp ginseng all afternoon. It's not happening. So I break the rules and I start with 1. I do the Bert Kreischer approach.
Only difference
I'm
is
going to
Bert's
take
doing
1,
illicit drugs when he's doing
see
this.
how I feel before I add 2 and 3 to the mix. So just throwing that out there, seeing if anybody else is a rule breaker like me.
Yeah. You can always you always can go in the comments on that one, and we could talk about it on the next round. But rule breaking is an interesting deal because, it's like everybody gets to do this stupid shit when they can.
Right.
But it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right, exactly.
Are you going to stop at a stop sign that there's absolutely nobody there? Well, you might slow down, but you're not going to stop at the stop sign.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
you're not going to do the driver's ed stop at the stop sign. You're going to coast if anything.
You're going to do a little roll California stop, they call it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how many California stops I used to do on the island. I got caught one time.
Well,
that was
you
about
get away
it.
with it. That's one thing.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yep. And this guy in his Red Bull. So rules are, I guess rules are meant to be broken. I know
my approach and Bert Kreischer. I know he's talking about illegal drugs. I get that, but
it's like.
For me, it's my supplements.
But
I'm trying to stay healthy.
Because all these pill companies are like, oh, you gotta take 2
They're
of these.
You gotta take 4
of
of these a day, and I'm going.
And they look like the end of a pen cap, like that size. It's
exactly. It's like
do
I really need to?
Nah, you don't need that.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna start with half.
But
if I feel good with half, maybe we'll move to the dose you recommend. Yeah, exactly.
So speaking of rule breaking, but rule breaking can go another whole direction.
Yes,
and
very true.
And I will bring this up now, which is kind of funny. Kimmy and I ended up being kind of a, I don't know if it was really considered policing the area, or if it was just a really, really interesting ordeal. But so we decided, last night I came back from Gainesville.
Yep.
And I didn't feel like cooking.
Nope.
She didn't feel like cooking, and we're like, screw it, we're just gonna go out and get some Chick-fil-A or something. So we leave the house, and there's a little bit of traffic going on.
Yep.
And then some bastard in his car comes out of Wawa.
That man looked like Richard Simmons.
And he had this big yellow,
but he wasn't smiley like Richard Simmons. Yeah.
But his face, you could tell he dyes the hair because his face was like a skeleton with a skin suit.
Yep.
And he sees that there's this big long line of cars.
Yep.
But instead of asking or waiting, he's just gonna he has an SUV,
right?
And he just assumes that I'm just gonna
break the rules and he's gonna just cut in line.
Yeah, breaking. And so it's but the bad part about that for him was I was the one he was trying to break the rules with, and it's no, buddy. There's the best up part is this big long line, and we've been waiting through this line twice now.
Yeah, 2 lights.
And the light changes after 3 cars every single time. So it's kind of frustrating anyway.
Right.
And all you had to do was wait another 10 seconds. I'd be by him. There's nobody behind me. Call it a day.
Exactly.
But instead,
he wants in front of us.
Between me and this guy in front of me.
Yeah, bullshit.
And so I'm like, fuck this. I ain't taking this shit.
Exactly.
So he starts and he's nudging and nudging and then he gets this look at me like I'm going, whether you let me do it or not. So I literally squeaked in front of him and then I stopped.
Yep.
And he's like, and this dude just lost it.
He had the funniest voice.
The funny part about the whole thing, well, first before I stopped, I almost let him in. But he's like, but F you asshole was coming out of his mouth. And I'm like, woo, hold on a second.
Yeah, exactly.
Asshole? I'm the asshole?
Right,
you know, so.
You don't even obey the stop sign, and
so
you're coming in front of traffic, and I'm the asshole.
Yeah, I'm the asshole.
Okay, buddy.
So I've been waiting in line like 3 lights now.
Yeah, exactly.
And I knew the light, I wasn't going to make the light. So it didn't matter whether I messed with this guy or not. So I'm like, I'm messing with him.
Yep.
So, so I just stopped directly in front of his car.
Yes.
And just pop it in the park. And he just freaking loses it.
Oh, yeah.
He's screaming and he's coming. He just came completely unwound.
If I may repeat, he goes, "You're an ass.
Yeah, you're an ass.
Yeah.
You're a dick.
Right.
You're an asshole."
Yeah, exactly.
So then I'm pushing it a little bit, but I shouldn't, but I did. So I open the door and I go to wave at him, and I guess he thought I was waving him over. His eyes got like that big. And and I'm not a little boy. I'm the Russian doll, a man inside of a man inside of a man. And this guy was like 100 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, maybe.
And then you got Kimmy sitting next to me
with the window down.
And Kimmy, I mean, this guy's so tiny, like body frame wise.
Yeah.
That even Kim's bigger than he is, and he's like, "Oh shit, what did I just start?"
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
And so I open the door, and he's immediately like trying to back up, and he's taking off, and he's screaming, "Asshole, you jerk!"
Yeah.
And so I can't let it go at that. So I'm riding. Because the lane's empty, and we're waiting for the light.
Because we've held up traffic now.
We've held up traffic. There's nobody in front of the tank.
I mean, the light was red.
The light was red.
Whatever.
But he's in a lane that's a little bit open. So we're riding next to him, just screaming, "Woo woo, woo woo!" And he's just going. This dude is just losing.
You could see the smoke
mind.
coming out of his ears. I swear to
just
goodness, he was
his
losing it.
fucking mind. You know, like,
every time he said "F you," we were like, "Woo woo!"
It's just him to the moon.
And then it just pissed him off.
Like just sent his ass to the moon. And I just thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
He was funny.
I couldn't breathe for like 2 minutes because we're just laughing so hard.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we Sammitized him obviously, and he wasn't very happy about it.
If he would have waited, or if he would have made eye contact and been like, "Hey, I'm going right there," it would have been a totally different story. But when you go with the like, "Oh, I don't see you, I'm just gonna cut you off," no, no.
Yeah.
Now you finished.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yep.
So
exactly.
it's like, don't mess with me.
Yeah, don't mess
with me. And I
me.
know half the people that listen to us would have done the same damn thing if they could.
Absolutely.
I just had the balls to go out and do it. I was like, screw them.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to be an asshole? We can be.
Yeah. We got two bigger ones right here,
We can do asshole. You want an asshole? I'll give you. I will not disappoint you as being the asshole.
I will live up to that name.
I will live up to the name.
Yes.
So anyway,
he was fun.
He was great.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thanks. I was like, I need content. You just gave me some.
Yep.
Appreciate it. I'll remember you.
Right.
Back when I get bigger.
Right.
So anyway, so I think that's the end of the night for us. Yeah, this end of the night. Call it for the night, and
he's on the lookout for more cool cars for shorts.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you for getting us to 40.
Please, yeah, thank you for watching. Please
hit the bell so that you're notified when he eats the silly beans.
Yep, go to YouTube, ring the bell.
Yep,
subscribe. So when we do all this cool shit, we're going to be doing it on YouTube because I can't do the multi thing remotely live on the air, so it won't be on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook, it'll be on YouTube.
It'll be on YouTube.
Yep. So, anyways, thank you all for watching.
Yes.
We appreciate
Thanks
you.
for subscribing.
Thanks again.
Thanks for getting us up to 40.